So I'm very lucky enough to have Wayne here with me, who is the founder and owner of Darts Corner. Thank you for joining me today. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks very much for coming along and investigating a bit more into Darts Corner.
Well, thanks for having us. I'm absolutely blown away. Honestly, I cannot get over it. It's absolutely incredible. So I want to start by asking, when did you first find Darts Corner? When was it founded?
Darts Corner was founded at the end of 2004, moving into 2005. The whole idea really came about as a dart player. I really couldn't find what I wanted, and it was all about how did I want to do it, how would I do it, and that's really where it came from, as a player wanting to find the right equipment for myself.
Right, so you had all these massive ideas, and what, when you first started, obviously as I've just said, this place is absolutely mind-blowing. You're always looking for new goals and new things to go into. I suppose that never stops. Obviously,
the whole philosophy of Darts Corner, the one-stop shop, the one-stop superstore for darts, and it was all about, if there's a product that a dart player should have access to, we really wanted to service that for that player. And that's really where it kind of based itself from. We started very initially with just a range of 300 product, and through the years, with products coming and going, we're currently sat on around 16,000 different SKUs. So it's quite a lot, and those SKUs can be multiplied with different things that we can possibly do with them. So yeah, I mean, it's grown exponentially in that time.
I suppose even like you obviously had that vision of where you want to go, but even this must be from, like when you say you start from 300 to where you are now, and I can probably tell from looking at you that this is only like, it's just going to keep going and going and going. Did you ever envision it being anywhere like this?
I'm going to say you never expect that it's going to get to where it is like it is today. Working as we did, as I started out with my wife in the basement of our old house.
Oh, that's my next question.
To try and move, and we've had 4 business moves since that time. To now having around about 70 employees. You never expect that you would achieve that with in a decade and a half. So the achievement, it starts off that it was me. However, you can't really build a company without the impact of the people around you as well.
No, it is really important, isn't it? So you mentioned earlier about all your products and different things. You're always bringing out new ideas, like obviously you're doing a lot of the football stuff now, the NFL stuff. Is that something that can just keep growing into other sort of areas as well? Is there sort of no limitations?
I mean, everyone always thinks that everything has already been produced that can be produced in darts. We've got some great people around us who, between us, we've got some fantastic ideas, we've got some great plans, and a lot of it is really fed through demand, from what we hear from players, what we hear from, every level of player, is what would they like to see. And if that means that we start looking at the licensing, there was a bit of a demand. One of the real success stories was the Jack Daniels that we cover. The NFL that's been brought in.
I love that. I love the NFL.
Growing within Europe, people love to be a part of something that's not, it's not English, it's American. However, bringing it in and just seeing the sort of reaction from the designs that we can create from within that portfolio is just fascinating, and there are plans to try and expand that quite a bit over the next couple of years.
That sounds amazing. It's just like to do something that you love day in, day out, every day, just wake up.
Working with some of the other clubs, football clubs, and it's just fascinating to see that what we can do is provide it for, if you're a fan of any sort of club, you do like to show that you're a fan of that club. And so the more we can do and the more we can get product out to the players, then it's great.
And do you get to obviously travel a lot and meet a lot of these people and different things as well, like when you're working with like the NFL or the football clubs and stuff like that?
We've got a team of people around us who do quite a bit of travelling to meet various people. I get to meet quite a few myself. However, it's how many hours in a day. So, as we kind of expand on that, I've spent quite a lot of time over the last year, working alongside some of our players, helping and watching them play darts, and just seeing them in their own sort of, they go to work to play darts
Yeah.
for a living, and to see what they are like, and to watch what it means to watch them and see how they sort of react. You know, that fills me with great pride, being
Must
able
do.
to know that we're a small part of that journey with them.
I would say you've got like the best job in the world. It sounds absolutely amazing. I've got to ask, obviously, because you talk about the players. You fairly handy at darts yourself?
I once was, until the sort of building of the business and trying to do what we did. I absolutely was, you know, I used to play 4 or 5 times a week in competitions. I used to love playing darts, and I feel I got to a certain level which would be considered to be very good.
Yeah.
But once I started really focusing on the business, then that time kind of took a backward seat. So I don't play much these days, but if I do, it's a very different mindset.
Yeah.
And it is really for fun.
Yeah, that's the main thing. As long as you have fun, let's say you work in industry you love, you know, Wayne, it's absolutely incredible. Like I said, I'm blown away. Thank you so much for having us down today. I'm really, really grateful, and thank you so much for your time. And I wish you all the success. I'm sure, like, when I come and visit you in, I don't know, 5, 10 years time again, we'll have double the premises.
I look forward to seeing, and hopefully you can see the progress that we're making that time. So it'd be great having you here.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Okay, so I've got Craig with me from Darts Corner. Thank you for joining me today. How are you?
Yeah, very good, thank you.
Good. Tell me a little bit about your role within Darts Corner.
So I'm the commercial director at Darts Corner. My key responsibility is sales growth across all our channels and globally across the world.
Sounds very demanding job there.
Yeah, it is. I've been with the organisation just over a year now. I'm amazed at the size of the industry, amazed at the size of our business, and particularly over the last 12 months, delighted with the growth that we've seen, both within all the channels and then within our geographies as well.
And it's growing all the time as well, isn't it? This is just I know we said at the beginning, but there's always like, you know, just keep expanding more and more, isn't it?
Yeah, there's product expansion, channel expansion. Obviously, darts itself within the industry is growing with every televised event. The popularity of it's growing, so we're really excited about the future.
Fantastic. Tell us a little bit about your typical day at Darts Corner.
Yeah, well, no day is the same. I'm sure lots of people say that in lots of different businesses, but typically we have a focus on sales and marketing, which is coming up. Clearly, from a Darts Corner perspective, we work with a significant number of brands. So it's how do we support those brands, their launches, their products, and then working with our internal teams across the channels, across DC itself, across trade and all the trade customers that we support, Amazon and eBay.
I think it's good though, because like if you're in a job and every day is different, it means, you know, you've always got something different to look forward to or more challenges, and I think you need that in any job, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And with the rate that the business is growing, the rate with which we're bringing more people into the business to supplement that growth, there's more jobs that come up and more activity that we have to do. So it's it's really exciting. I've thoroughly enjoyed my first year.
What is your favourite part of your job? If you had to pick one thing, what would it be? Do you get to travel?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. We travelled a little bit this year. I think the one area I quite like getting involved with is within the sort of product and design side.
Yes.
Because that's not my background, that's not my skill set. So it's fascinating listening to some of the experts we have within the business, understanding what we think can sell, what doesn't sell, what it should look like, how we market it. That's really, really interesting to be a part of.
Yeah, I think that'd probably be, if I worked something like this, I think that'd be my most fun bit, seeing like the new concept of things and what will work and getting the first sneak peek of it. And,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the whole cradle to grave bit, being in those early concept meetings that we have, to then seeing the finished product on Sky, is quite a neat thing to be a part
I would
of.
imagine. I would absolutely love it. I really would. So tell me, have you been lucky enough to meet any of the players?
Yes, yeah, we've obviously supporting Mission, and we've met a number of our players here. They're quite often on site, which is great. We have the opportunity to go to some of the events, the Pro Tour events, and be around the players. So that's, again, for me as a non-dart person,
is a buzz.
Is awesome.
Yeah, fantastic.
And particularly on the Pro Tour, being in that intimate environment, very close with some of the world's best athletes
Exactly.
in that sport. There's probably not many other sports you could be that close to.
No.
The world's best.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's
That
quite
is.
cool.
Yeah, I'd love it. I think speaking to all you guys, I think it's you've all got smiles on your faces. I can tell you all enjoy it, and just where's it going to go from here? It's just like it's been a real eye opener. But thank you so much for talking to me today, Craig.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it, and good luck. Your job sounds amazing.
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure. Okay, so we've got Johnny with us from Darts Corner. So how are you, mate? All right?
Not bad. Not
Good,
bad.
good,
Yourself?
good. Yeah, really good, thank you. So tell us a little bit about your role within Darts Corner.
So I am the trade sales manager internationally for Darts Corner, reaching out with 30 plus brands, 15,000 products, and just trying to get people to onboard as many of those products as possible. There's so much depth to it, so many customers. So a day is always filled with new experiences, really. Yeah.
I can imagine it must be a really demanding job as well.
Yeah. So we've had new systems put in place recently, so we've been guiding people through the process there, and then obviously onboarding them to new brands, and obviously new products are constantly coming out. So we're trying to get them in people's hands as well, and for the right price. So there's a lot to it.
Yeah, I can imagine. So how long have you actually been working with Darts Corner yourself?
In March it'll be 2 years, but they feel like 6 weeks, to be honest. It's gone that quick. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's good though. So what would you say your favourite part of the job is?
Face to face with customers, really. Getting to know them, getting to know what they need. There's a lot of interesting people in darts, a lot of fun people and good people. And the big one for me with those customers is generally once you have a face-to-face conversation, a lot more comes out of it.
Yeah, 100%. It's you can learn so much more when you actually meet somebody than just like I have done coming here today and meeting you guys, and it's been a massive eye-opener seeing just how big your premises are, and you know, it's just been mind-blowing. So face-to-face is always better. Do you do a lot of travelling with your job? Or?
So over the last 6 months we've been going out into Europe predominantly, visiting customers. I'm looking to go further afield in the new year, and then this is another exciting part of the role, really. So we're looking to expand in Japan.
Yeah, lovely.
So hopefully the travel benefits come alongside of that. But spreading the word there would be great.
Well, you've definitely persuaded me, Johnny. I might have to get out of Darts Planet TV and apply down here at Darts Corner myself. It sounds fun.
You can help me spread the word.
I'll tell you what, I'll do that. You put me in your suitcase. So, like players-wise, who have you been lucky to meet? Is there any real standout players that you've met?
Gary Anderson at the Unicorn Lunch. Yeah, very laid-back guy. Didn't speak about darts at all. Just he's enjoying his life. And
did he speak about his fishing?
Yeah,
I know it.
Yeah.
I know. Do you like a bit of fishing as well yourself?
No, not myself. So the last time I went fishing, I caught my thumb. So.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
So you just went along with Gary just to keep him to
exactly.
Exactly.
Just keep it easy. But yeah, Josh Rock nearly put a dart through my finger.
Did he?
A couple of weeks ago. So yeah, I held the board and we had Elf on the shelf. So I challenged him to get it in the board, and it slid along my finger. So yeah, but I narrowly escaped that. So, but. You know, Josh is mega exciting for us guys.
Oh God, it's incredible. So. Obviously, it's just that 9-darter recently as well was absolutely mind. I'm sure he did. Wish he hadn't jumped up afterwards. His ankle, I think, didn't he? He said he was all right. But well, thank you for chatting to us today, Johnny. Really appreciate it, and I'll keep an eye out for you. And yeah, thank you very much.
No worries, thank you.
Okay, so I'm now with Jeff. How are you today, mate? Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
No, absolute pleasure. So tell me a little bit about your role within Darts Corner.
So I'm the personalised team leader. I'm in charge of a team of 7. And basically we personalise any product that can be printed on. We do all kinds of things. We do flights, shirts, stems, points, surrounds, boards, you name it. If we can print on it, we will print on it.
And I can vouch from that. I literally went down and had a look, and I could not believe all the machines and stuff. It's incredible, isn't it, what you're actually printing at the moment?
Oh, it's such an exciting time. It really is. We've got loads coming in the pipeline. As mentioned, we've got the deal with the NFL in Europe, which we supply surrounds, boards, cabinets, cases for the NFL, which is so popular. To the Scottish fans as well, we have a deal with Rangers and Celtic. So you might want to check those out. They're selling like hotcakes. But yeah, such a good time.
It's incredible. I see everybody working. There were so many orders, and how your system works, and it comes through, and it's barcode, and it automatically matches up with the people's orders. The system's flawless, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It is really good. It's really good.
So how long have you been working with Darts Corner yourself, Jeff?
I've been here just under 4 years now. I started off in Personalised. I've done a bit of everything, but now I'm the Personalised team leader, which is where I want to be, and we get to do all the new exciting products first.
That's what my next question was going to be. What is your typical day? So I take it now, with the amount of orders coming in and all the staff and the personalisation, it's just overseeing everything. And do you sort of like, if something go wrong with the machinery, have you got other people for that, or can you sort of like know everything?
Yeah, we have Glenn, who's machine maintenance manager, and if the machine goes down, he's on the ball. We're back up and running. We'll keep those orders coming out.
I think that's my favourite part of a tour around the warehouse. I could have spent all day like coming up with ideas of different. I bet you get to see some real crazy stuff as well come through, don't you?
Stuff we can't mention now.
That's always fun though. So what is your very favourite part of the job? You know, if you could pick each day when you go in, what is your favourite, most rewarding bit of it?
It's all the new stuff, all the new deals we're making, all the new products we get to bring out. There's so much, and there's so much coming as well. So it's just you need to watch out.
Yeah, there's going to be no stop to it. It's just going to keep adding. Well, joy stuff, definitely. And let's talk about players. So you've been lucky enough to meet any like players or celebrities or superstars or anything like that in your time working here?
Yeah, I mean, the name on everybody's lips is Josh Rock. He's down here quite often. And we work with Joe Mernon. Joe Mernon works here too.
Yeah.
And the man everybody knows, the most famous, is Daryl Finn.
Yeah.
He's a legend.
Quality.
He's
the
a
Dazzler,
legend.
isn't it?
The Dazzler, he's a legend.
Exactly. Hopefully be meeting him a little bit later on. Well, Jeff, a massive thank you for joining us today and telling us a little bit about your role within Darts Corner. Appreciate your time, and I can't wait to see what the future holds.
No, my pleasure. Thank you for having me once again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm delighted to have Paul here with me from Darts Corner. Thank you for joining me today.
No worries.
Tell us a little bit about your role within Darts Corner.
So I look after our online marketplaces, which you could basically assume is everything online that isn't the website. That's pretty much it.
Amazon, eBay, anything.
eBay, and things that aren't dartscorner.com, where we sell online, distance selling, that kind of, that's where I sit.
I can imagine that is a massive job with all like these third-party platforms now, because you have to be on them, don't you? Any business that's successful have to use them.
Yeah, and it's kind of different customers, so it's kind of like, I don't know what the best way to say it is. It's not like, if you're really seriously into darts, you go into dartscorner.com, .co.uk. Amazon is more like an entry, gateway level to kind of people playing darts. I guess it's mass marketed and available next day, 2 days. Super competitive as well, because there's tons of online only brands that operate only on the marketplace that we compete with. So yeah, it's cool, it's exciting. We've got new marketplaces. We're in the USA, Europe. So
it's insane. Yeah. Totally different new sort
100%.
Of, yeah. Can imagine. So how long have you been working with Darts Corner yourself?
Nearly 2 years. Not last January, the previous January is when I started, when it looked very different actually.
Yeah. So tell us about your typical day. What is it? Get in.
I've got my team is growing as well, so I've got a staff member who works with me now, a guy called Hussein upstairs, brilliant. So I ruin his morning. First 15 minutes is ruining his morning. See where we're at, and then kind of look at what we sold yesterday. Look at what's going on with our metrics. A lot of it's very boring.
What is that like? When you say metrics, is it like age range, where they're coming from, repeat cut, all that sort of stuff, yeah?
Well, if you've ever bought anything off Amazon, we sell a lot through Prime, and that is managed by very, very tight delivery metrics. So we have to deliver quickly, we can't make mistakes, it has to be the right stuff, it has to get there on time, it has to leave here on time. So it's making sure there was no problems the previous day, no problems the previous week that are creeping into this week, and just making sure that the amount of money I was supposed to make yesterday we actually made.
Exactly that, exactly. Because it is so cutthroat. Obviously I do a bit of Amazon myself. It's like you're constantly squeezing all the way down to win the basket and that as well, and be the main seller if it's an overall big product, isn't it? So it's something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, and it's about making sure that we do kind of like, we are competitive and we try to be competitive, but we also don't want to devalue any of the brands that we sell, because that's important to everybody who works in darts. Like, darts is a very, very small world, you know, in the brand side of it. So it's not about bargain basement prices. It is about providing value and stuff to people, and providing great service. But it's also kind of managing it all as well. So we're not, isn't a race to the bottom. No, it's about making sure that my department, my channel provides value to the business, and those channels provide value to Darts Corner customers.
And at the end of the day, the customers get the best experience stuff when they ordered it at a great price.
100%. That's all that it's about.
Exactly. Yeah. So, what is your actual favourite part of the job? What is your best bit?
I sit opposite the guy who designs all our products.
Yeah.
So it's kind of exciting seeing all the stuff that's coming out that's new.
Yeah.
I actually don't come from a history of background of darts. So the January I started, I mean, I knew what a dart was.
Yeah.
I know a lot more now.
Yeah.
It's exciting seeing the stuff that's coming out.
Yeah.
Now that I understand darts more, obviously I can see the value in it and how cool some of it looks. We've also got some products up there that will never come out because they're just not right. Yeah, they're cool too. So that's really exciting to kind of see the kind of things that people are going to be looking at and buying, and we're trying to sell 6 months down the line, 9 months down the line. That's really cool. And obviously we get players and stuff coming in all the time, and obviously I don't really follow darts.
You're taking my next question away
well,
from me here.
And that's kind of cool seeing the players come in. Obviously now seeing players that coming in who are on TV doing well. Like, you know, if you'd have asked me a year ago if I'd have been excited about one, a player hitting a 9 darter on TV, I probably wouldn't have known what you were talking about.
Exactly.
Now it's really cool.
It is cool. Like I said, that was my next question. So it's great that you went on to it. So what players have you met?
I don't really interact with too many of the players. No. I actually see it's quite exciting. We're quite regularly we get the younger kids.
Yes, the one. Yeah.
Always show it like they're doing tours around the warehouse and showing. And when they sit down with Steve and they'll look at the darts and stuff. So that's kind of nice to see, because I mean I don't look it, but I'm getting older. So
no, you don't look that old. You don't.
And it's good to see. It's cool seeing younger kids coming in, choosing darts and being excited about it. Yeah.
Sounds like you've got an amazing job and smiling and love it, and that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Love it. It's a top place to work.
Absolutely brilliant. Well, thank you so much, Paul, for joining me today. Really appreciate your time, and can't wait to see where it goes over the next few years.
Cool. Thank you very much.